Hello, welcome to the Gamemaker tutorial. Today we will discuss about adjustment of screen size and menu. Before you make your game, it's good if you already know the resolution of a screen. For example, my laptop's resolution is 1366 by 768. So, we will set the value for our screen size to the size we want to specify. Besides that, you should also know some resolutions. It aims to get the quality of any pixel or aspect ratio. Let's start. Open the project from the King of Fighters XIV folder. This project is complete with all characters that have been inserted to Gamemaker. So, you do not need to insert characters anymore, for the download link is already available in the description. First, we start from Insert an object. Name it Screen Adjustment. In Create Event Insert Instance Variables. Time move equals 100. Image index equals 1. Time move variables. It's the same as an alarm, but we will use this to replace the alarm, because the alarm is in the Gamemaker, only available 12. And sometimes we will need many alarms that we want to use. Image index equals 1 because we do not want to show the image in the room. Then in Step Event, create Screen Adjustment. View width view equals 1366. View height view equals 768. This is the screen size I will adjust. View width port equals view width view. View height port equals view height view. Surface resize. Application surface view weight view. View height view. Display set GUI size. View width view. View height view. Window set size. View width view. View height view. Image index equals 1. Room go to. Time move minus equals 1. Decrease the time move if time move less than 1. Time move equals 0 if time move equals 10. Then we will go to PC room game start. And now we will make some room. For example, in settings, PC room screen adjustment with width equals 1366 and height equals 768. Then in views, enable the use of views. Enable visible when room start. Set the width and height with the same settings. Insert screen adjustment object and place it here. Then create new room. Name the PC room game start. Set the width and height you like, for example, for high definition, or HD, 1366 by 768 or 1280 by 720, for full high definition, or full HD, 1920 by 1080, for ultra high definition, or ultra HD or 4K. 3840 by 2160. Note, the greater the resolution of your monitor, the heavier the workload, or FPS frames per second. Set also the views with the settings we did earlier, and in backgrounds select background room start. We're done. Let's see the result. Now we will make the menu. Start by adding new objects. Name it Street Fighter text. Insert the sprite. So, we will make the text appear to the room by moving it. Create new code at Step Event. Animated text. Image speed equals 0.5 if y less than 160. With this we will set the position to be taken, and then y plus equals 25. Place the object in the PC room game start. Replace position with x equals 683 and y equals minus 64. Disable foreground image. Okay, now create a new object with the same code, but with different positions. Name it Arcade. Insert the sprite. In Create Event, Instance Variables, select Arcade equals true, because we want the text can be selected. So, with this we want the text can only be clicked once with the mouse, and then can select text equals true. Ensure when the text moves the text will not collide with the mouse. Now we create the code in the Step Event. Animated text and can be selected if x greater than 683, x minus equals 50. we will put it on the right side of the room, and, if x greater than 684, can select text equals false, else can select text equals true. Check if mouse can be selected, if can select text equals true, if position meeting mouse x, mouse y itself, image x scale equals 1.1, image y scale equals 1.1. With this, if the mouse position is x and y in the arcade text, then the image will be enlarged. If mouse check button pressed MB left, select arcade equals false, image x scale equals 1.1, image y scale equals 1.1. Make sure that the image will stay on scale. If select arcade equals true, if is not position meeting mouse x, mouse y self, image x scale equals 1 and image y scale equals 1. And now place it in the PC room game start, with position, x equals 1280 and y equals 370. Create an object with the same code as we did before. I will show the position of text in the room. Now we make that when we click the text, we can move to another room. For example, we start from O Arcade. Create a new room. Name it PC Room. Game select, with the settings you want. Open O Arcade, then in Step Event, type Room, go to PC Room, Game select. The next step is to choose a character between the player and the enemy. Okay, before we get to the next step, it's good if we create a folder and put all the objects in the folder that we specify to look tidy. Alright, create a new object. Name it Reselection. So with this object, we will choose the Terry character. Add create event, instance variables. Select player equals true. Can select player equals true. Pause equals 0. Check to place the object in the specified place. Player 1 selected equals true. With this we choose player 1. Player 2 selected equals true. With this we choose player 2. Select equals 0. With this check if the player has been selected. Then in step event, animated texting can be selected if pause equals 0. X equals -64, Y equals 208. We place the object here, if X less than 128. X plus equals 30, pause equals 1. With pause equals 1 it means we are no longer with pause equals 0. Or object can move, if X less than 127. Can select player equals false, else can select player equals true. Check to select one player or enemy. Script, check player or enemy selected. We will create a script about choosing between player and enemy, and the script will be placed between the objects to be selected. Check to select the character, if can select player equals true. Image speed equals 0, if position meeting, mouse X, mouse Y itself, and global dot player equals no one, global, enemy equals no one. With this we will check that we have not selected a character yet. Later we will create a new object with players and enemies. Image index equals 1, if mouse check button pressed, MB left, and an image index equals 1, image index equals 1, select player equals false. Image X scale equals 1.1, image Y scale equals 1.1, if player 1 selected equals true, select equals 1, player 2 selected equals false, else, select equals 2, player 1 selected equals false, if select player equals true. If is not position meeting, mouse X, mouse Y itself, image index equals 0. Create script. Name it as we did before, that is, script. Check player or enemy selected. Then if we are in PC room, game select. If player 1 selected equals true. If select equals 1. Instance create x, y, opus 1. With this we will create object op1, which mean op1 will be placed right in the middle of the selected character, and then if it is created in the middle, the character will be selected. So in other words, we create an object mate with a selected character as an example like o_terra select. That means Terry characters will be selected. Else if player 2 selected equals true. If select equals 2, instance create x, y, opus 2. If instance exists, opus 1, player 1 selected equals false. If instance exists, opus 2, player 2 selected equals false. Create object name. OpenController. So with this object we make sure that we have not chosen any characters at all. Move with new object. Name it opus 1. Add collision event with the object to be met. Then select player. If room is not equals PC room game start. Global.player equals o_terry. Image x scale equals 1.1. Image e scale equals 1.1. Else global.player equals no one. Image x scale equals 1.1. Image e scale equals 1.1. The same as other characters and opus 2 objects, but we just change player to enemy. And o_terry becomes o_terry e, which means enemy character from o_terry. Create an object with the name o_terry, and also we will create another object from o_terry. For example, o_terry e will be the enemy, so that we can differentiate between players and enemies. I will use this sprite for o_terry, and sprite for enemy I will try to use this sprite. Do the same with the other characters. Okay, we are done. Now we can move to fighting stage, and also reselect the character. We create another new object name oFight. So when we've chosen the character, and if we have clicked oFight, then we will move to fighting stage. In create event, instance variables. Select fight equals true. Can select text equals true. Pause equals 0, and then at the step event. Animated texting can be selected if pause equals 0, x equals 1472, y equals 160. If room is not equals PC room game start, persistent equals true. With this, we make the object can be active in some room. After we finish the fight, this object will be inactive. It means we will not remember that we have chosen the previous character, or in brackets we reselect image alpha equals 1. Because in some room this object will be active, so later image alpha equals 0. Which means we reduce the opacity. If global.player is not equals no one and in global, enemy is not equals no one. If x greater than 832, x minus equals 50, pause equals 1. If x greater than 833, can select text equals false, else can select text equals true. Check this object will be false if another stage. If room equals PC room market, can select text equals false. Image alpha equals 0. Check to select the fighter. If can select text equals true. If position meeting, mouse x, mouse y, self, and global.player is not equals no one and in global, enemy is not equals no one. Image x scale equals 1.1. Image e scale equals 1.1. If mouse check button pressed, MB left, select fight equals false. Image x scale equals 1.1. Image e scale equals 1.1. Room go to PC room market. With this, we will make a new room. In this room we will put players, enemies, and some objects, such as health bars and others. If select fight equals true, if is not position meeting, mouse x, mouse y, self, image x scale equals 1, image e scale equals 1, else, check for not going to another room with chosen character. Global.player equals no one, global, enemy equals no one, image alpha equals 0, persistent equals false. Okay, next we want to be able to reselect character, create object name. or reselect fighter in create event. Instance variables. Select reselect equals true. Can select text equals true. Pause equals 0. Then in step event, animated text and can be selected if pause equals 0, x equals 1472, y equals 260, if room is not equals PC room game start. If global.player is not equals no one and in global, enemy is not equals no one, if x greater than 732, x minus equals 50, pause equals 1, if x greater than 733. Can select text equals false, else can select text equals true. Check to select the fighter, if can select text equals true. If position meeting, mouse X, mouse Y. Self, ambient, global.player is not equals no one and in global, enemy is not equals no one, image X scale equals 1.1, image E scale equals 1.1, if mouse check button pressed, MB left, select reselect equals false. Image X scale equals 1.1, image E scale equals 1.1, room go to, PC room reselect. With this, we will move to another room, about 1 second then return to the previous menu, which means characters will reselect. If select reselect equals true, if is not position meeting, mouse X, mouse Y, self, image X scale equals 1, image E scale equals 1. Create a new object that will move us to another temporary room, because we want to be able to reselect. Name it, move game select, in create event, instance variables. Room go to, PC room game select. Now the question is where will the player and enemy object be placed? Create a new object, name it, player, with this sprite. Then in step event, create step, instance change, global.player. True. Do the same with enemy. We just need to replace this and this. Okay, the last step is open PC room game select. Place some objects like this. Then create a new room with settings like this. This will be the first stage, and also create another room like this. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. If you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up, and also make sure you click the subscribe button, so that later you can see the next tutorial. You are not required to click on the bells, you just need to follow Google Plus and choose which you want to get notification. Happy coding!